Okay, so welcome back, and today we're going to do an example and application for office services. So here it goes. An automotive tech earns a base pay of $21.46 per hour plus time and a half for overtime. And again, we're going to assume that more than 40 hours is overtime. If the tech worked 46.5 hours in 1 week, what was her gross pay? Okay, well, $21.46 is the hourly rate. Right? And she worked 46 and a half hours that week. So we want to know her gross pay. Well, first of all, we need to split this up because the first 40 hours, right? So the first 40 hours is at what? $21.46 per hour. Right? Now what about the other 6.5? The other 6.5 hours is at what? Well, overtime is time and a half. So it's going to be this plus half of it, right? Time and a half is 1.5, right? Now you could multiply this by 1.5 or realize that, hey, it's going to be the whole thing times 1 and then plus half of it, because that's what 1.5 means. So you're going to take half of this, which is 10, what is it? So this would be $10.73, right? And then add them together and you get 32.19 is the overtime rate. Now, if you want to do it, we can do that. So if you want to do it with the decimals, so 21.46 times 1.5. And again, we ignore the decimals. And so we think of this as 15 times 2,146. So 10 times this gives us what? 2,1,460, right? And then 5 times this gives us what? Well, this is going to give us 10, 11, yeah, so it'll give us 10110. Yeah, 110112. 112, so 11230. Oh, hold on a second. 10. $10, 11, right, 10, so it'd be 10, oh, I know why I'm messing up. Yeah, so 10, 5, yeah. I don't know how to multiply. So 10, 5, and then 7. So 10, 5, and then this is 7, and 3. And so then we add down and we get 3, 2, 190. And then we count the decimals, 3, or we count the digits, 3. So we go 1, 2, 3, and we get 3219. So we get the same thing. Okay, so now that we've got, okay, so this is what the rate is, overtime rate. So 3219. Okay, now, what do? Now we're going to multiply. So we're going to get the total amount earned for 40 hours. That's going to be 40 times 2146. So again, I'm going to ignore the decimal and just multiply. So this is going to be 4 times this, right? So 4 times 2 is 8. 4, this is 16, so I'm going to do 56. So I'm going to get 8, 5, 84, 0, right? So 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16, but I have to add here, so this becomes a 5 and I get a 6. And then 4 times 6 is 24, so I add 2 to the 6 and get 8 here, end up with a 4, and it's a 0 here, so I'm going to add, because it's 40, not 4, I add the 0. And now I'm going to put the decimal point, right? So here's the decimal point, I move it over 2, 1, 2. So this is the amount that was earned for the 40 hours. And now I'm going to do this for the 6.5. So 6.5. Now again, I'm going to ignore the decimal points and multiply like whole numbers. So I'm going to do, so I'm not going to do this a long way so you guys can see. So 6 times 3 is 30, followed by 3 zeros. Okay, 6 times 2 is 12, followed by, oh, hold on. Decimal points are messing me up. Let me get rid of these. Let me put them in, I'll leave them in. Okay, so this is 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 3 is 18. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Okay, 6 times 3 is 18 with 4 zeros. Then 6 times 2 is 12 with 3 zeros. And then 6 times 1 is 6 with 2 zeros. And then 6 times 9 is 54 with 1 zero. Okay. Now I'm going to do the 5. So 5 times 3 is 15, followed by 3 zeros. Okay, just making sure I keep things lined up. And then 5 times 2 is 10 with 2 zeros. And then 5 times 1 is 5 with 1 zero. And then 5 times 9 is 45. And so now I'm going to add everything. So I'm going to get 1. So 1 plus 10, so that's going to give me a 2, 0. This is going to give me 8. And 11 will make this 9, so that's going to be 9, 1. And then I got 4, so 9, so 13, so this is going to be 23, and 5. Okay, and now I'm going to count the decimals. I got 3 decimals, and I'm going to move it over 3. 1, 2, 3. And so my answer is $209 and 2.35, right? Okay, now what am I going to do? I'm going to add these to get the total, right? So I'm going to get 321 point, oops. Oh, Right in the wrong one. Here. So this is going to be added to this. So 209.235. And so now I'm going to add, right? So this is going to be 1067.635. And so now I'm going to round this because obviously we got that 5, so we're going to round to the nearest penny since we're talking about money. And so the total amount earned is going to be $1,067.64. And that's it. Have a great day.